What is the meaning of life? It's a question we all ask, but rarely find a satisfying answer to. Welcome to Man's Search for Meaning, a life-changing journey through the eyes of Viktor E. Frankl, a man who survived the unimaginable horrors of the Holocaust and emerged with a powerful message. Life has meaning, even in the darkest of times. In this book, Frankl takes us inside the concentration camps, not just to witness the pain and loss, but to show us how hope, purpose, and inner strength can survive even in the face of death. He was not just a prisoner, he was a psychiatrist observing human behavior at its rawest. What he discovered became the foundation of logotherapy, a revolutionary idea that purpose, not pleasure or power, is what truly drives human beings. As you listen, ask yourself, what gives your life meaning? Because Frankl's story isn't just about survival, it's a mirror for all of us, urging us to look within, rise above suffering, and live for something greater than ourselves. Let this book awaken something powerful inside you. Let it teach you how to suffer with dignity. Let it remind you, when we can no longer change the situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Part 1, Life in the Camps. Frankl begins with the terrifying first days in Auschwitz. Stripped of clothing, possessions, and identity, he is assigned a number. The prisoners suffer cold, hunger, and beatings. But worst of all, they suffer a loss of hope. 3 mental phases define their transformation. Shock, disbelief at arrival and the sudden realization of their fate. Apathy, a deadening of emotions to survive each brutal day. Depersonalization, the numbness that came after liberation when emotions failed to return. But even in this abyss, Frankl discovers something profound. He realizes that prisoners who had something to live for, a loved one, unfinished work, even a dream, had a higher chance of survival. He writes, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." One moment, as he marches through the snow, Frankl imagines his wife's face. That memory alone gives him the strength to survive that day. Love, even in absence, becomes salvation. Part 2, Logotherapy Explained. Frankl introduces his theory, logotherapy, from logos, meaning meaning. Unlike Freud's focus on pleasure or Adler's focus on power, Frankl believes the primary drive in human beings is not pleasure, but the pursuit of meaning. When a person lacks meaning, they fall into what he calls the existential vacuum, a sense of emptiness, boredom, and despair. This, he says, is the root of depression, aggression, addiction, and suicide. But meaning can be found in 3 ways: through work, doing something significant; through love, experiencing someone deeply; through suffering, finding dignity and purpose in unavoidable pain. Logotherapy empowers people to face suffering by changing their attitude. It's not about escaping pain, it's about understanding its value. He also introduces tools like paradoxical intention, confronting fears by exaggerating them; de-reflection, redirecting focus from self to others or meaningful tasks; postscript, tragic optimism. In the final chapter, Frankl speaks of tragic optimism, the idea that even in a world full of suffering, we can say yes to life. He reframes pain as an opportunity for growth, guilt as a push for improvement, death as a reminder to live fully and urgently. His message, even when all control is lost, the last human freedom is to choose your attitude. Final reflection. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. This is more than a story of survival. It's a manual for the human spirit. Frankl's words still echo today, urging us to live not just by instinct, but by meaning.